What is going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Not a Football Show. My name is Tico from the Tico Fantasy Show, otherwise known as Tyler, and I am here with my friend Sully Sports. Sully, what's going on, Sully?
What's up, everybody? I'm doing great. We got football tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We love football.
We got football.
We got football.
It's the best.
It's the best. Who's it between?
It is between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. And actually, this is a fun one because we watched this same exact matchup last year on, I think it was Monday Night Football last year. It was a little bit different. And it wasn't a good game.
No,
it wasn't a good game. It wasn't a good game. That new Eagles team was coming out, and oh my, they destroyed Kirk Cousins on primetime. It was bad.
Yeah, primetime Kirk, a legend in the game.
Yeah.
Not
for the right reasons, but
no.
he's a legend, all right.
All right, so I think we'll get right into our Thursday night preview.
Yeah, on today's episode, we're going to be doing two things. We're going to be talking about Thursday Night Football first, which is going to be tonight. Technically, when we're filming this, it's tomorrow night, but it is tonight when you're watching this. So, Thursday Night Football preview, and then the second thing we're going to be doing is buy low and sell high. Some guys that you should be targeting in your fantasy leagues, and some guys you should be trying to, get rid of in your fantasy leagues. So, let's get right on into it. Thursday Night preview.
Yeah, I think for this game, it's going to be more of the same from last year, honestly. I don't think it's going to be very good. For me, I'm starting the usual guys. I'm starting Hurts, Jefferson, Hawkinson.
Jefferson's a little... Listen.
Whoa.
I know you want to... I know everybody's going to start him because you have to. He's Justin Jefferson. You obviously have to start him. But there's a high possibility that he just gets shut down. It happened last year, I want to say. I believe he was held to 7 points, 6 points, something... single-digit points for sure last time they played, and Darius Slay had him on locks, so...
Yeah, so definitely, temper expectations, but you're
sure.
not benching him at all.
You're not benching him, obviously.
And then A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith.
Yeah,
those are all guys I'm starting no matter what,
sure.
honestly.
Sorry.
No, I'm done. I'm good.
You're done?
Good.
Okay.
Those are the guys I'm starting.
So, a big thing that's changing right now, we're all trying to figure out, is that Eagles backfield. And, me with the daily news updates, I'm staying on top of the news. And Kenneth Gainwell was just ruled out today. So now this backfield is once again up in the air. Is it going to be DeAndre Swift? Is it going to be Rashad Penny? Is it going to be Boston Scott? We don't know. But if I'm taking a bet and I'm gambling on it, I'm saying DeAndre Swift. I'm thinking DeAndre Swift is going to have a big game on Thursday night. I think we're going to see double-digit touches, a couple of catches, and vintage DeAndre Swift action, which I want to see.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say he'd have a great game, but he'd definitely be the one that I'd start. I'd look at him probably like a flex or something.
Yeah.
If you can avoid...
Low-end RB2, maybe.
Yeah, low-end RB2. And he's the only guy I'm touching at all. I'm not looking anywhere towards Rashad Penny. I don't care about Boston Scott. Only guy I care about is DeAndre Swift.
Yeah.
For sure. One guy had a bad week one, but I'm still really interested in starting is Dallas Goedert. I don't think there's really any tight ends.
You have to start him.
Yeah, he's another guy you have to
You only
start.
have so many options at tight end, Like, Dallas Goedert's a top-tier tight end in this league, in this world, and you got to put him in there. You got to have him in.
And I am benching primetime Kirk Cousins for sure.
Wow, you're benching
primetime Kirk.
It makes sense, though.
Yeah, I mean, he got shut down. He threw 3 picks last time he played against them.
Terrible, awful.
But someone from the Vikings I do like, James Bradbury is going to be out, so I do like Jordan Addison as a flex or wide receiver too. Even though I don't like who's throwing the ball this game, I do like the receivers Jefferson and Addison. They're going to get it done somehow.
I wouldn't even be shocked. I know it might be crazy to say, but I wouldn't be shocked if by the end of this game we're looking at it and Jordan Addison has a better stat line than Justin Jefferson. Just because, Justin Jefferson's going to be locked down one-on-one every single play with Darius Slay, and Jordan Addison's going to be there all by himself. He's going to have that field all open, and he's going to have a lot of room. Him and TJ Hawkinson, so maybe both other pass catchers for the Vikings are going to have a good day.
Yeah. How do you feel about Alexander Mattison?
Listen, I love Alexander Mattison. I know everybody, we all loved him in the beginning, and then it seems like all the hype died down, and now everyone wants to hate him for some reason. But, hey, he handled that backfield. That backfield was all his. He got all the work. It might not have been much work, but he got all of the work in that backfield, and I still like Mattison. It's not a great matchup, but I still like him.
Yeah, they're scary. I don't like their front seven, man. It's so scary.
Jalen Carter's going to be hugging and tugging.
Yeah, if I could avoid it, I wouldn't start him, honestly. That's just me. But, if you don't have anyone else, he's your RB2.
Yeah.
Madison's, I guess, you're
Sometimes you got Travis Etienne and Alexander Mattison on your fantasy team, and you got no choice. You got to start Alexander Mattison.
Those guys stink.
You just called my team stinky.
But
Yeah, Thursday night. It's probably not going to be a good game. I'm going to be honest. I'm not expecting a good game. Sorry, Amazon. We're going to let you down once again. But yeah. Well, do you know what the money line's at?
No clue.
Producer Kev, could you tell us what the money line's at for the Vikings-Eagles game?
In the spread.
The spread. The spread.
Drop the spread.
What's the over-under?
Drop the spread.
What's the over-under on this game?
It is Philadelphia Eagles -6.5.
Oh, okay. That's
okay.
that's
So a
that's a
whole
big
touchdown.
gap, but not as big as I was expecting. I thought it'd be a bigger gap.
I'd
Honestly,
take that.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd take 6.
that's not bad. That's not bad. I figured it was gonna be bigger than that. I figured we were looking at like a 9.5, 10.5 type of thing.
Especially after last year.
Yeah, especially after last game, dude. The Vikings lost to the Buccaneers. They just lost to Baker Mayfield, and Baker Mayfield looked good. No, I'm not taking anything away from him, but they just lost to the Buccaneers. They're coming off a big L.
Big L's. Big L's.
Big L's.
You got anything else for Thursday night?
Not really. I mean, the Eagles defense is a good start if you got them in fantasy. But yeah, there's not much more going on there. I'm not expecting much from that game.
Not really at all.
No, I'm not excited for it, to be honest.
You want to get right into buy low, sell high?
Yes, I want to get into buy low, sell high.
Would you like to start us off?
Ooh, I will start us off. Would you like to start with the buy lows or the sell highs?
I want to start with whatever you want to start
We're going to start with the buy lows. And the first guy I want to talk about is a brother of a brother. And his name is Dalvin Cook. No, just kidding. It's James Cook. James Cook, his brother Dalvin Cook. We don't like Dalvin Cook. He's sharing that backfield with Breece Hall. We don't want him. But James Cook is somebody I am trying to get in my leagues. He dominated that Bills backfield. He was involved in the passing game. And there's better days ahead for the Bills. That was a really bad game. That Jets defense is super good. And James Cook's going to be good moving forward. I love that he's out there catching passes. I love that he's getting most of the carries. And I like him. I think that's going to be a good guy you should be trying to get. And you can get him at a cheap price right now.
How many points did he score? Do you know?
I believe it was only like 8?
8?
8.6, something like that.
Yeah.
And half PPR. Yeah, half PPR. The elite way to play fantasy football.
The only way.
The only way. But yeah, I really like James Cook, and I think he's definitely somebody I would be trying to go after in my leagues right now.
Yeah, I like that. I definitely agree. He could really be a good flex or RB2 for a team.
For sure.
So definitely look for James Cook. I like that. So I'll take a buy low real quick.
Go ahead.
And this is kind of cheating, but I'm going to go with the Bengals offense.
The Bengals offense. Not 1, not 2, not 3. He wants everybody.
Mainly T. Higgins, though. I know there's going to be a lot of people panicking, but I think most people realize that this isn't how the Bengals are going to be for the rest of the season, like at all. But if you can find the one manager that has T. Higgins, Chase, or even Burrow, or Mixon wasn't even that good. But mainly those three guys, T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, and Joe Burrow. Yeah. I would definitely try to take advantage of them.
Who are they playing this week? Who are the Bengals?
They're actually playing, I have that here because it's a very good matchup for Joe Burrow, the Baltimore Ravens.
Okay.
Part-time owner of the Baltimore Ravens, Joe Burrow.
Listen, what are the odds that the Bengals come out there and they're bad? They lose again to the Ravens. Because that Ravens defense, listen, the Bengals offensive line fell apart against the Browns, and that Ravens D-line is good too. And what if the Ravens just come in there and take over the Bengals? What happens if we see the Bengals go 0-2? How are we feeling then?
I don't think it's going to happen.
But what if it does?
I mean, what if this, what if that?
I guess that's true.
What if T. Higgins drops 150 points? I don't think it's going to happen.
More than 0.
Joe Burrow averages 311 yards and almost 2 touchdowns in 5 games against the Ravens. This is going to be your last chance to buy low on the Bengals. It's going to be the best opportunity you have to get anybody on the Bengals that isn't on your team.
He wants you to take advantage of that Joe Burrow owner.
I want you to take real good advantage of him.
Yeah. Go get Joe Burrow.
Go get Joe Burrow.
You want another buy low candidate?
Oh, boy, do I.
So, you know how I was talking about Dalvin Cook earlier? Let's talk about Breece Hall.
Oh, yeah.
So, Breece Hall, yes, I understand he's coming off a game where he just got 10 carries, 127 yards. It sounds a little weird to call him a buy low, but listen, this is going to be your last chance, your last opportunity to get him at a good price before he skyrockets through the roof and starts winning people leagues. There's not going to be any way you can get him in 3 weeks from now. So I think this is the last opportunity to try and grab Breece Hall. Pay whatever price you got to pay because he is going to be a top 5, maybe top 3 running back for the rest of the season, in my opinion.
I think he's dealing with an injury right now.
He is dealing with an injury. He's still dealing with the ACL.
I know, but something came up. He
was I didn't see that.
With something, I think. I'm not 100%
I believe
sure
he's still questionable with the ACL, but I'm not 100%.
Okay. I mean, pre-injury Brees is housing that run.
Exactly.
He's housing that run,
He's
so
only, as the year goes on, he's only going to get healthier. And on top of that, losing A-Rod, we should address this real quick. Losing A-Rod, that's terrible. We never got to talk about that. Just freaking awful. Terrible blow to the New York Jets. Terrible blow to everybody. I mean, nobody wants to see Aaron Rodgers go down. That's just, it's awful. It's terrible.
Did you see Robert Saleh said that he would be surprised if Aaron Rodgers retires?
Yeah, that's news to my ears. That's news to my ears.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear that.
A-Rod's kind of one of the guys you think's going to go out on his own terms.
I
don't think he retires.
I don't want to see A-Rod go down on an Achilles injury. That would make me not be able to sleep at night. That's so sad. But yeah, prayers up to Mr. Aaron Rodgers, and hopefully he gets better. But back to Breece Hall. So he's only going to get better as the year goes on. He's only going to get healthier. And with A-Rod, with them not having A-Rod, they're going to have to run the ball. They're going to have to run the ball. They have no other choice because Zach Wilson cannot throw it. He's awful. He's terrible. I'm sorry, Zach Wilson. You're not him. You're not. I'm sorry.
When are they just going to take the L like the Niners
did
with
never
Trey
going
Lance?
to.
Why can't they just accept the fact?
It's ridiculous at this point. I'm really tired of Zach Wilson. You know, I watched him run backwards for 40 yards on that one play, and oh man, I don't know what to say. I mean, well, why? Why?
If he didn't get the ball off, they were out of field goal position.
Yeah,
they were in great field goal range. He ran backwards 40, 50 yards.
This team
would
be better off putting Dalvin Cook or Breece Hall at quarterback and running a damn Wildcat because this is just awful. I'm sorry, Zach Wilson. You're not it. You're not that guy.
Yeah, I think there's honestly a lot of backup quarterbacks that could do good on this team because they just need someone back there to not make mistakes.
Anybody.
Like, they just need someone who's not stupid.
Put Chris Streveler back there, man.
Good enough defense, good enough run game. They don't
good enough.
Need...
That defense is crazy.
Yeah, definitely. But they could make a run if they have literally anybody else.
You get a Brock Purdy. Listen, I don't think Brock Purdy's that great of a quarterback. I'm sorry. I'm going to put that out there. But if you get a quarterback who just doesn't make mistakes like Brock Purdy, that's exactly what they need.
Jacoby Brissett
would be a great option for them. I also wouldn't mind. I know he's going to make some mistakes, but I wouldn't mind Jameis Winston in there either. I wouldn't mind him. He'll throw some crab legs down the field.
That's the Garrett Wilson owner in you talking right now.
Oh, man, it is. It is, you know. Tough blow for Garrett Wilson owners. Oof. Yeah. But Breece Hall is definitely somebody I think you guys should be trying to buy low on.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Love me some Breece. You know, my boy last year.
Breece Lightning!
My boy last year, he got hurt. I hated to see it, and I couldn't bring myself to draft him this year, and I wish I did.
Yeah.
But I got another buy low, too. And it's a guy who's been consistent every single year, year in and year out. He had a bad week 1, but I don't think it's going to stick. I'm going with Tyler Lockett.
Tyler Lockett.
I don't care about JSN. DK Metcalf's going to do his thing. Tyler Lockett is going to be consistent. He had 4 targets. He was out-targeted by DK and JSN, but I don't care. Gino's going to get it cooking. It was a really, really weird game against the Rams. It wasn't pretty at all.
One.
That offense is a lot better than they were in that game, and I think Tyler Lockett is going to find his way back up into relevancy, and he's someone you could get for super cheap right now.
I would be willing to bet Tyler Lockett hits the over on every single thing this weekend against the Lions. I'd be willing to bet on that.
Especially the Lions.
Yeah.
I'd take that.
The last 2 times they have played them, the scores have been insane. It was like the first time it was like 35-48, and then last year it was 45-48.
45-42, I think.
45-42?
I actually just looked at it.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
But yeah, super high-scoring games, and Tyler Lockett's going to be in for a lot of work if we see another one of those type of games.
Yeah.
But JSN does scare me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not going to sit here and say I wouldn't be scared of JSN. JSN's a fantastic wide receiver, but I don't know if he really is going to steal all of Tyler Lockett's work. Maybe they'll just be, splitting it a little bit. Maybe there'll just be more work to go around.
Yeah, to me, Tyler Lockett's just been too consistent for such a long period of time. I don't think he just falls off like that.
Yeah, he can.
He may take a step back. He may take a step back this year, but I don't think he falls off.
But if we're looking at, if he on a stat line one day gets 4 catches, 78 yards, and a touchdown, I mean, that's all we need. And you could easily have all 3 of those wide receivers coexist if they're all getting stat lines that look like that.
Yeah.
Would a touchdown go? They're not all going to get a touchdown, obviously, but 4 receptions and some yards. That's along the line for all of them. That might be their floor.
Could be, but I'd still take the chance on buying them.
Yeah, it's a great buy low. That's somebody I'd be targeting too.
All right. You got any more buy lows, or are you going to get into sell high?
I don't. You want to go into the sell highs?
Sure, go for it, man.
Okay, so I'm going to start us off with a sell high, and this guy played in the season opener against the Chiefs. He looked really good. Well, not really good. I'm not going to say that. He didn't actually look good at all. But David Montgomery. David Montgomery is somebody I think you should be selling because Every single day he's there, Jahmyr Gibbs is just going to get a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, until eventually Monty's role just gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and then we're just looking at Jahmyr Gibbs. Monty is somebody I think you need to get rid of right now. He's a ticking time bomb, and, he's always going to have a role there because it's a Jamal Williams role. They're always going to want to have somebody to throw on the goal line or something, but that's an outlier. He's not going to score 20 touchdowns or something, and that's all you're really betting on with David Montgomery. So I'm not a fan of him. I think you should be trying to sell high on him right now after that performance, and yeah.
I'm honestly going to disagree with you there.
Really?
I think he is definitely going to get phased out by Jahmyr Gibbs as time goes on, but I think, like you said, there's going to be a role for him, and if he is in the Jamal Williams role, Jamal was relevant the entire season. I think he can be relevant within the 20-yard line. Every game, he's going to be relevant.
100%.
There.
That's 100% true. But here's my problem with that.
What's your problem with that?
My problem with that is that role is just eventually going to just keep getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And on your fantasy team, do you really want to have a guy you're just betting on scoring a touchdown?
If he did like Jamal Williams did, then yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know if he's going to do like Jamal Williams did. You're betting on a stat that isn't very sticky, and one of the most unpredictable stats there are, touchdowns.
But they are predictable.
Are touchdowns predictable?
Yeah, they are.
No, they're
David
not.
Montgomery, anytime touchdown scorer, lock every week.
Oh, no! But, yeah, I'm not a fan of David Montgomery. I think you should be trying to sell him. Maybe get a receiver. Go get some receiver out there. There's a bunch. Receiver's a hard position to get a good one at right now, so go look at some receivers for David Montgomery.
All right. No, I disagree, but I don't hate it. You could go either way.
It could.
My first sell high is someone in a similar situation, but different a little bit. I'm going to be selling high on Tyler Algier.
See, I agree with you. I totally agree with this.
And it's mainly for the same reason, but I think Bijan is going to phase Tyler Algier out way
100%.
More than Jahmyr is going to phase out David Montgomery. We've seen it before with this team not using high draft picks how they should use them, but I think this time is going to be different. Arthur Smith loves running that ball, and this is a running back they drafted high. So I think he's way too talented, and they took him way too high for Tyler Algier to be taking as many snaps as he did. I love Tyler Algier. I think Tyler Algier is really good.
He's a great running back. He's a good running back. He's honestly going to get traded somewhere and be good.
Baltimore?
Hey, man, Baltimore, get on the phone!
But you want Bijan on the field. I would say you want him out there 100% of the snaps. I don't care. I want Bijan out there.
You can't have him out there for 100% of the snaps.
But I
understand. I understand you can always try. Tyler Algier is always going to have a role in that offense. The same way David Montgomery is always going to have a role in his. I just think, David Montgomery's role might shrink a little smaller than Tyler Algier's because Tyler Algier is actually good.
And I guess, but I think Bijan's more talented than Jahmyr.
100%. 100%.
That's why I think the opposite.
Yeah.
But
you got another sell high for us?
I do, but you can go and do yours.
I will do mine. So another sell high I'm looking at right now is DeAndre Hopkins. Here's my big problem with him. He's 31 years old. And I understand he had a great game. 13 targets. Okay, cool. But how long can your 31-year-old body sustain getting 13 targets a game? And on top of that, the Titans are bad. The Titans are going to continue to lose week in and week out. They're not a good team. I'm sorry. I love the coaching. I can't even think of his name. What's his name? I'm drawing blank.
Mike Vrabel.
Mike Vrabel is a fantastic coach. Fantastic. One of the best in the league. No, I'm not going to say the best. But one of the best coaches in the league. And he's going to try and coach that team as hard as he can, but it's a bad team. It's a bad team. Ryan Tannehill is a terrible quarterback. I'm sorry. Dolphins fan here. Terrible quarterback. And what you got behind him isn't much better. The only thing you really got going for you is Derrick Henry, and he's getting a little old too. But that has nothing to do with D-Hop. D-Hop is 31 years old. Nobody can get 13 targets a game and be 31 years old and sustain that same type of volume the entire season. I just don't think it's possible. And, yeah, I'm trying to sell high on D-Hop, trying to get a younger wide receiver for him or anything for that matter.
Yeah, another thing with D-Hop is he's got the name value.
Yeah, that's the huge thing with D-Hop.
Hey, man, you want DeAndre Hopkins?
Whoa, I can get DeAndre Hopkins
for a long time.
Oh my goodness, I'll give you Garrett Wilson.
Oh my gosh, you will?
Yeah,
I'll do that. Talk to me later.
Okay.
After this. We'll do that.
See, that's how that could happen.
That's exactly how it's gonna go.
People are gonna want to try and sell Garrett Wilson. That's people are gonna be trying to sell him with Aaron Rodgers leaving and Zach Wilson being there.
Is that another cheeky buy low, Garrett Wilson?
It could be
another
Garrett
cheeky
Wilson.
buy
If you
low.
could get Garrett Wilson at a discount, get Garrett Wilson at a discount because talent prevails. That's the truth. Talent prevails no matter what happens.
Yeah. I've actually been trying to trade Garrett Wilson in one of my leagues, so maybe I'll hold on to him.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll hold on to him.
It's tough. You drafted Garrett Wilson so high, it's tough to get rid of him for nothing. But, some people might, and you could be the guy who benefits from that.
Good. I got another sell high, too.
I'm listening.
I'm going to go with Brandon Ayuk.
Brandon Ayuk. That's a good one.
I think everyone in this offense, not named Christian McCaffrey, is going to be so up and down that you need to take advantage of being able to trade Brandon Ayuk right now.
Yeah.
They're going to take turns every week.
Yeah.
Debo,
that's what I was
Ayuk,
say, yeah.
Debo, Ayuk, Kittle. The only one that's going to be consistent for your team is Christian McCaffrey, and you can't just go out and get Christian McCaffrey. You either have him or you don't have him. But Ayuk is really talented. I really do like him, but you need to go and trade him for someone with a safer floor.
Yeah.
'Cause his ceiling's way up there, but his floor to me is
ground zero.
Terrible. Because Debo, he runs the ball, he catches the ball.
Debo's going to be involved every game.
George Kittle's out there almost every snap because he's such a great blocker, so he's going to have some great games. And there's going to be games where none of them do anything because Christian McCaffrey has 4 touchdowns, 2 receiving, 2 rushing.
For sure.
I like Brandon Ayuk, but I don't want him on my team, especially right now when you could get so much for him. He had a great game. I'd be trying to trade him if I can.
What would you be trying to trade him for?
Probably some RB depth and maybe a downgrade at receiver.
Okay.
A ceiling wise, but someone with a safer floor. I get what you're saying.
What if somebody offered you? Okay, what if I came up to you and I said, "Hey, Sully, I want to give you Keenan Allen, and I'll take Brandon Ayuk, but I also want, I don't know, another running back. I want you to throw a little running back in there, somebody like a Brian Robinson or something."
I wouldn't. I'd probably do that.
As a Brandon Ayuk owner, you would do that?
I don't know.
You want to? Would you want to trade? So you're trying to upgrade Brandon Ayuk right now, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Actually, I would think I'd do that because Keenan Allen is someone that fits that criteria.
Exactly.
It's just tough when you throw in an extra name like
Brian.
Yeah,
that's true.
But if it was a straight 1-for-1 swap, I'd 100%.
Yeah, 100%. Maybe that's the type of wide receiver you're. Sorry, excuse me. And that's the type of wide receiver you're targeting. Somebody like Keenan Allen who has a really nice floor, not a great ceiling, but there's a ceiling nonetheless.
I would try to go for somebody plus somebody. Like maybe like Mike Evans plus a decent RB for depth.
You think you could get Mike Evans and plus for Brandon Ayuk?
Not like plus, just like
little plus,
give
me a little Josh Kelly that you just got off the waivers.
Throw in your waiver wire pickup. Throw me some Kyron Williams in there.
Dude, you hear the news about Kyron?
What's up?
I heard a rumor today. I don't know if it's true, but I saw it a couple times on a couple different places. Kyron Williams is apparently taking over the backfield from Cam Akers. They're going to make the move this week where Kyron Williams is the starter over Cam Akers.
Didn't see that coming.
I did. Cam Akers is bad.
I'm being sarcastic.
I did.
Sarcastic. I saw that coming. I mean, you saw it with the snap, 65% to 35%.
Oh, man, he was awful.
Yeah, that guy's not good.
Yeah, but Kyron Williams wasn't much better, but a little bit better. We'll take it. We'll take it.
You got any more sell highs?
I don't. I'm trying to think of a couple.
I don't got any either.
It was hard, It's so hard to make a decision off, like, you want to sell somebody or you want to buy somebody off of week 1. Right. It was such a weird week 1, too, on top of that. It's kind of too soon to make a decision like that, honestly. I'm not one to talk, though. I've already made 2 trades in my league that I'm in with a bunch of my friends. But it's too early to really be making trades. You honestly should probably be sitting on your guys for another week at least to see what you got. And, if you want to buy low and sell high and you can take advantage of somebody and, get somebody really good or get rid of somebody on your team who's not going to be good, do it. But don't be trying to make trades just to make trades right now. It's not a good time to do it.
Are you buying low on Jerry Jeudy?
I did buy low on Jerry Jeudy. So he's talking about a trade that I just made in our league. I traded Brian Robinson, and that was why I said Brian Robinson before. It was the first name on top of my head. I traded Brian Robinson and Zay Jones for Jerry Jeudy. And I have a team that's just full of hurt players. I got Cooper Kupp. I got Deontay Johnson. I got a bunch of guys who are just hurt right now. Mark Andrews. And I was like, you know what? Might as well add one more guy to the mix because if Jerry Jeudy can come back, Jerry Jeudy's going to be great. I love Jerry Jeudy. He was my guy going into the season. Russell Wilson was targeting him a lot in practice. He looked really good. I believe this is a contract year for him. I'm not 100% sure. I believe this is a contract year for him. And, you got to play big to get a contract. And Jerry Jeudy needed to play big this year. Right now he's not because obviously he's hurt. But I really like Jerry Jeudy. I think Jerry Jeudy is a buy low candidate, honestly. There you go.
There you go. Throw it in.
Throw him on.
Throw him on there.
Jerry Jeudy. I like him.
Yeah, I like he's all right.
He, at the end of the year last year, I'm trying to remember what the stat was. He was good at the end of the year last year when Russell Wilson was starting to figure it out a little bit with Nathaniel Hackett. But, Sean Payton wants to have one good wide receiver in that offense to be able to, do something with, and he doesn't really have that right now. The number one wide receiver this past week, I think, was Javonte Williams. I think Javonte Williams led the team in receiving yards this past week. Can you stat check that? Can you check that? Producer Kev, can you check that for me?
Producer Kev's going to get that.
Javonte Williams, was he the leading receiver for the Broncos this past week? I think he was.
Cortland had a touchdown, didn't he?
Cortland had a touchdown, but he only had 4 targets, 3 receptions. It wasn't a great game. I was really expecting a lot more from Sutton than that. And, Sutton's really not that good. That's what I'm starting to realize. He's kind of old. They're paying him a lot of money.
Yeah,
he's not that good. He's not worth what he's getting paid for a fact. And, yeah. So when Jeudy comes back, I think Judy's going to instantly come back and have a role ready to go. Javonte Williams, did he lead the team in receiving?
He did have the most receiving yards that game.
Yeah,
Yep.
That's crazy. So Javonte Williams actually wasn't the leading receiver for the Broncos. It was actually Samaje Perine. But that one messed up stat is actually going to lead to a lot of chaos in the next 5 minutes. So just watch and see what happens. They need Jerry Jeudy. They need Jerry Jeudy to come back. They need him.
They do.
So that's another great buy low candidate who I think you should definitely be targeting.
Yeah, I like it.
Pork chops.
What?
Well, now I have to cut it. I was gonna make that a bit. I was gonna make that a bit where it went like this, and then I was gonna go into the next thing we said.
You can still do it. I mean, it's just gonna be shorter.
But yeah, it'll be fine. I'll be able to use it.
Wait, so what happened?
Why'd you take the headphones off?
Nowhere close.
Nowhere close to what?
Nowhere
What? What are you talking about?
I looked at the top and I'm like, oh, he had 54 yards. It was rushing. I looked down and I'm like, why isn't he here? 4 receptions for 4 yards.
So who was the leading receiver? So it seems producer Kev made a bit of.
They're cutting that all up.
No, you can't do that. You're the one who told me that.
Leave it in.
No. Okay. Wait.
No, you.
No, don't come back on the mic right now. You're not allowed to come back on the mic.
No, it appears that Javonte Williams only had 4 receptions for 5 yards. So no, he did not.
Oh, so you messed it up the first time, producer Kev?
I'm telling you, you're wrong.
Well, that's all the buy lows and sell highs we got. Yeah, so hopefully you guys are going to enjoy that Thursday night game. You probably won't. I mean, the Vikings aren't that good. And, the Eagles are going to dominate them. Yeah, that's not going to be a fantastic game. But, what do you got?
EAGLES.
I was about to say EA Sports in the game. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my. Well.
All right.
Well, those are our buy lows and sell highs. You listened to the Thursday night preview, and yeah, I think that's all we got for you guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Not a Football Show. My name is Tico from the Tico Fantasy Show, and
my name is Sully from Sully Sports.
And these are both of us. We are them, those guys, and this is the Not a Football Show. You could probably see a picture right there of the Not a Football Show because I'm going to pretend it's there because it's there in post, but not a football show. Whoa, that's editing. But anyways, everybody have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for listening.